I'm out here in the garden again today. It's day 2 of straw bale conditioning. And today, basically all I do is just water it in really good. So I'm not going to bore you with the details of that. But then I'm also going to be planting some potatoes in these old tires that people had dropped off. I have 2 more tires too, so I'm going to try and lug those over here today. But we're going to go ahead and get these started, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so I got all these bales watered on day 2. Again, there's no fertilizer going down today. It's just water, and you water them in really good. And most of the crystals that are on the top, you can hardly even see them anymore. So got that done. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started on the potatoes. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I just have cardboard down as a weed block, as a temporary weed block. You guys can't even see me in there. But I just have cardboard down, and I am going to cut open these bags of garden soil. And I did buy the organic garden soil for this, only because it was on sale. And I'm just going to put about 4 inches of dirt in the bottom and then start layering in my potatoes. Okay, so that's about 4 inches. And then I'm going to start dropping in my potatoes. Oh, that was gushy. Oh, did these go bad? You know what? We are not planting potatoes today because these were given to me last week, but they are all soft. So, and potatoes is something that I have planted before, and these are not going to work. Yeah, they're all soft and gushy. So I will have to go get some seed potatoes at the store. These were actually free. They were given to me by a local gardener. But I think I waited too long. He had them in a plastic bag too, and I definitely waited too long. They're too gushy. So anyhow, the gist of this is you put 4 inches of dirt down, you set your potatoes in there, and then you cover them with dirt, and you want to keep the potatoes completely covered at all times so that they don't turn green from the sun. And then as they start to grow, you put more dirt on top of them, so when they get like 6 inches tall, then you add more dirt, and you keep adding dirt, just leaving 2 inches above the stalk. And it's really easy to grow potatoes, but I don't have any to grow today, so we're just gonna have to go to the store and get some seed potatoes now. So potatoes won't be completely free this year. Good morning, dreamers. This is Anne Marie from Big Dreams Homestead, and I am on day 3 of straw bale gardening. I have to keep remembering to say straw and not hay. Anyhow, these are my bales back here, and day 2 is just watering. So today is day 3, and we're going to put the nitrogen fertilizer on again. So here we go. Okay, so day 3, we're going to repeat what we did on day 1, and that is just put about a cup of fertilizer on each of these straw bales, and then we're going to water it in again. And we're a bit heavy over there, but I was watching on PG Nano's site the other day that on her YouTube channel that she's planting in the sides of the bales too, and I thought, wow, you know what? I'm gonna have to look into doing that also, because I think I can plant some zucchinis off the side. I think that would be really good. So I'm gonna start doing some research on that tonight and see how well that goes, because I also don't want to crowd them, but I think there will be plenty of soil in here when I get done. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish putting the nitrogen on each of these and then start watering it in, and then head to the store to get some more seed potatoes since mine went bad, so that I can get the tires planted for those. So anyhow, I'll be back with you in a few. Okay, so now I'm just going to water this fertilizer in really good. I am a retired insurance agent, and I have this huge fear of fire. I have lived through the Oakland Hills fire and the Rim fire in Yosemite, and when they told me that these straw bales heated up, and we have all this dry forest area around us, it kind of gave me a bit of a concern. But now that I understand how the process works, not as much concerned with them heating up. The way I understand it is if you keep them wet, of course that's going to keep it from spontaneously combusting. But you know, when you hear horror stories of fires over a 22-year career, you kind of get a little paranoid of things. So I tell people I'm a recovering insurance agent, because I don't want to live my life too paranoid of the what ifs. So got that one watered in pretty good. Our water pressure out here isn't all that great because I'm coming so far off of our well house. We're on a pump here, and I'm running a 300-foot hose to get water out here. So the water pressure isn't all that wonderful. But I'll go ahead and finish watering these in, and then I will check back with you in a few minutes and show you what today's progress is. Okay, so I have watered in all the nitrogen fertilizer on each of them. So that portion's done. It takes about 15 minutes, 20 minutes each day, so not a lot of work. I did notice that I'm going to have a problem here in the center of this tarp area. As you can see, the water's pooling up, not from runoff from the bales. As far as I can tell, I think it's just from overspray. But I am disabled and would not be good to slip in that. So I think what I'm going to do is put some holes in the center of it. We're going to put up the fencing around this today or tomorrow, and like I said, we're just using a 10 by 10 dog run for this year. Hopefully it's big enough. If not, I'll be running to the store to buy some T-posts to put in chicken wire fencing, but we just want to keep the deer from grazing on the garden as much as possible. But I also think that because some of these bales, you can see, are not, like this one here is not held together real well by the twine. I think you can see that. It's dark. But I think what I'm going to do is, we have some cinder blocks. I have a whole stack of them over here on the property. And so I'm going to line the inside of this with cinder blocks to help keep the bales contained where they're supposed to be. So that's the plan. I got a lot of work ahead of me. Got to go get the cinder blocks and bring them over. I'll probably do that tomorrow when I just have watering. So day four is just going to be watering each of the bales again. And now I'm going to head to the store. I need to get new seed potatoes because mine were all squishy, and I need to get the 12-12-12 fertilizer, and I also need to get a new thermometer that shows the degrees down to like 60 degrees instead of starting at 120. So got some stuff got to get done today, but that's it for day 3 of straw bale gardening.